Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Breaking news, Big Meech is home, Big Meech is home, Big Meech is home. And I'm going to say round of applause. All right? All right? Calm down. Calm down, y'all. Calm down, calm down. I'm going to say round of applause because I'm from the old school and the original school where we got to see paperwork. You know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say. We got to see paperwork. I'm not taking no sides in this video. I'm just giving y'all the code how this go. You must see paperwork. So sit back. I'm going to tell you about third-party agreement, how it went down, how I met one of the founders of that. You know what I mean? I done ran into everybody, man. So just sit back, enjoy the ride, you know, and know that if you subscribed already, please hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And the like is a must. And you see the book, AuroraandHarlem.com on Google and Bing on the screen. Let's start this party. All right. Keep it going. All right. Now, we're going to break down, first of all, this is unique Mecca audio. We're going to break down what a third-party agreement is. And I heard the allegations against Big Meech on the joint. And I'm from the old school. I don't put a bone on nobody by no allegation unless it's somebody that I know personally and I know that they on man time like I'm on. Not saying nothing against the brother that's saying, I think his name is Cuffy, that's saying something against Meech. I'm just weighing in on this to say that I don't know him. I don't know his credibility. It might be 100% stand up, but I don't know him. You know what I mean? So I can't go off of what he says. He has to produce paperwork to show what it is. Now, you got Big Meech just come home. After all this, Big Meech just came home, and everybody's saying that he told. Now, I can't believe that they jumping on it like that, because you gotta have paperwork, man. That's why we have what they call, you know, a paperwork party. Now, let me ride. I'm gonna tell you what a paperwork party is. A paperwork party is when everybody comes to the yard and they bring, you know, all their paperwork. You know, like this is my paperwork. You know what I mean? Now, right? When you bring the paperwork, you show your paperwork, and everybody look through your paperwork so that they know who's who, what's what, because we scrutinize it, we're eliminating the rats. If we see a rat bastard amongst the paperwork, right there, they're told to leave. So they can voluntarily get in their whip and ride on out, or we could stab them up and airlift them out. Now, we riding. Airlifting is when someone get hit up so bad that there's no local hospital near enough for his injuries that he incurred for being a rat bastard. So they got to airlift him where there's no traffic in the sky to try and save his life. That's the worst thing you want in prison, is to be airlifted. Now, this man survived his whole bid, and then he come home to YouTube slander. It might be YouTube truth. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know Meech either. You know what I mean? I know that Buried Alive got him out. Brittany Barnett got him out. The homie Corey got him out. And Corey is Wolf homie. And if Corey got him out, that means to me he's a stand-up man, because Corey's a stand-up man. And Corey was Wolf's right hand. Beyond, you know what I mean? What Wolf and Puffy was. That's what that is. Those two brothers' family, just so you understand. You understand? They was on the case together. I was down there when Wolf beat the case. I'm the one that told Wolf to go to trial. Check my resume. Don't think because I'm on YouTube, I'm just an average Joe. Average Joe don't apply to me. Just letting you know. So I'm giving y'all facts. Corey's Wolf's man, and Corey is, down with Brittany Barnett, and Brittany Barnett is who handled Big Meech's case to free Big Meech. So Corey doing that shows a lot about Corey as a man, because under no circumstances do we want another man to be locked up. I don't even want the rat bastard that told on me to be locked up. So that's why when I say that, we supposed to, what I mean, help our brothers that's in distress and have issues. Like Diddy got issues. I'm gonna say some names up here because we're gonna talk some real crap today. All right, like Diddy got issues. That's one of our brothers. He's still our brother with an issue. You know how you got a family member that is just, what they call, what the Europeans call it, the black sheep. You know what I mean? The one that just can't get right, you know? But he's still the family member. And when he get locked up, we rally towards him to give him all the treatment he need to try and help hopefully rehabilitate him and bring him home. And that's what I feel need to be happening right now with Puffy. That's just my opinion. The brother got issues. He's in a place to get help. And right now, we should be trying to get him help, not just time. He definitely deserves to do some time if he's, guilty of the things that he's alleged of. And we saw one of the videotapes. No excuse. Right there, if that was my sister, if that was a female that I knew, that I was just cool with, I would go put on him. You understand? Just keeping it 100. So nobody's supporting that, but I'm supporting that we have to rally amongst our brothers. Now, let's ride back to Big Meech. Because, this is how I ride. So people be like, stay on the topic, man. This is the topic. You just keep up. You're listening too slow, like 50 Cent said. Just, slow the tape down and listen a little faster. Now, let me ride back into this third party agreement. Now, but before I go into that, I must speak on that you have to have paperwork again. And then you have to ask yourself, who's the messenger? Who's bringing the initial message? What's his motive or her motive? Not talking about the brother Cuffy per se, but I'm just saying anyone speaking in a general term right now, because right now we in class. Now you're learning street code 101 from a straight gangster channel. Oh, and welcome home Tut, welcome home Prince, welcome home Meech, welcome home Akbar Prey, and hopefully, Allah willing, I will be saying welcome home Larry Hoover and Jet Ford, and Wayne Perry and Booby from Miami Boys and, Jimmy Fingers. I could go on and on with names that's locked up. Amir from E-Port Posse. These are all men that I left behind. You can't understand the strength that's getting ready to come out here. And right now, we need to come together instead of trying to tear each other down. Now, like I said, I haven't seen any paperwork, so I'm not taking a side. And I'm not saying that Cuffy's lying or Cuffy or Meech is lying. I don't get into that crap. I just want y'all to know the code. That, Cuffy, if you got the paperwork, I've seen some things with some paperwork on the internet, but I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked at them yet. You know what I mean? Because I want to have time to really digest it, but I would really like a copy of it to see it, to make a hypothesis, which is considered as another word for educated guess. I'm not gonna say assumption, because when you assume, you make a of you and me, and we ain't trying to do that. Now, right, third party agreement, right? So we got that out the way. We ride. We ride. I'm watching the time. We at 9 minutes, 12 seconds. I'm just chilling. So now I'm going to tell you about the third party agreement. Now, the third party agreement is where someone could bring down someone and give that credit to someone that is in jail. Did y'all understand that? Did I say that wrong? I'm just going off the top of my head, so bear with me. I don't do this scripted, because this is my life. This is what I know. This is what I live. Right? Now, okay, so we got, this is what they saying. We're going to use Meech right off the rip. We're just using it as an example for you rat bastards. You know what I mean? What the brother Cuffy is saying is that Meech had a girl that she went out and her job was to set someone up to bring them in, and being that she don't have a case, that they will credit her bringing this big fish in to whoever she want, and she choose Demetrius Flannery, allegedly, is what this brother is saying, because I don't know. So I'm not picking sides, I'm just explaining it. Now, when she goes and she brings him down, they go and they take, let's say, the 3 years off of Meech that they're saying, right? And then now it comes back around that a loophole comes, and my attorney, Brittany Barnett, got me out. You know, big round of applause to Brittany Barnett and Corey. Buried alive, buried alive, buried alive, buried alive. You know what I mean? You know, when you got a sister, when you got a queen, when you got a princess that's coming in there, you know, digging up and resurrecting kings and putting us back into society to do YouTube and whatever else we choose to do. Sit back and you watch, and all these brothers will be doing something spectacular, because that's what we do. It's in our nature to create a hustle. Wherever we at, like when we're in prison, could we ride? Like when we're in prison, there's a terminology we use called hustling off the land. Hustling off the land meaning that you're not dependent on nobody sending you no money. You're not taking money that people sending you from the outside and spending it on nothing on the inside. You hustling off the land. You're taking what's on the land, you know, whether it's chicken out the kitchen, toilet paper, you know, or you're gambling on tickets, you know, or you're drawing, you know, to charge people, you know, because, you know, in the prison, you know, this is currency. So, Meech, you ain't got to worry about this no more, my dude. You'll be able to, you know, had the meals, my brother. But this what we had in prison with stamps. You understand? This what we had in prison with stamps for currency, you know? So, that's how that worked. If you understand where I'm at, you hustling off the land to get money, which is stamps, so that you can buy what you want instead of taking money coming from the street to do that. That's called hustling off the land. Now let's ride back to third party agreement. Third party agreement, right? I met a dude, right? I'm gonna tell you this one, right? This is gonna be right to the point, but just relax. I met a dude when I was in Lum Park. I was out there, Richard Pena. Y'all know Richard Pena from New Orleans. You know what I mean? Cain and Abel's, you know, peoples, you know, and Master P peoples. You know, had the pleasure of being locked up with Richard Pena. See, y'all don't even know names like this, but I'm just keeping it 100. You know, you could ask any one of these names that I mentioned about me, and they'll let you know. Now, I was locked up with Richard Pena out there in Lum Park. He went to the hole for something. He stayed in the hole for 2 years. While we was back there was a dude came back there from Mechanicsville, Virginia, and he came back. I forgot his name. I didn't want to remember his name because he was just a straight rat bastard. He was filth. He was scum. This dude was straight scum. We locked in cages, right? We locked in cells, right? Like this, so you understand. You know, we locked in cells, you know, let me show you this joint here. Right? I want y'all to see what we was really, you know, locked in. Right? Now, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, it is. We was locked in cells like this, right? We was locked in cells like this where you couldn't get to each other, right? But we sitting there locked in these cells and we talked through the bars. And there was this dude in there from Mechanicsville, Virginia. I think his name may have been Troy. Troy. Yeah. I'm not I think that might have been his name, Troy. It wasn't important to me, but he yelling through the bars and he's telling everybody that, you know, he got the dark angels. Did you hear what I just said? He said he got the dark angels working for him. I'm thinking he into some voodoo or some obra or something, not Jamaica, you know. That's what I'm thinking when he said he got the dark angels, right? So somebody asked him, "What's the Dark Angels?" You know what I mean? You into Santa Canista? You know what I mean? You into the spirits? And he said, "Nah, I'm into rat." It got quiet. You could hear mouse pissing on cotton. It got so quiet in that terror. That whole tier that's normally noisy as heck was so quiet you could hear mouse pissing on cotton. So he went on to talk and he said, look, I got these girls on the street and anybody you want to get locked up. I mean, anybody the feds want to get locked up, they come to me, they tell me who they want, and I send my dark angels out. My dark angels, give them a little, little womp, 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 you know what I mean? Get them talking, because, once they get a little womp, 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 they start the pillow talking, you know what I mean? So now they tell them everything. They say, well, I got a cousin that's trying to cop 10 joints, so now, whoa, 10 joints, and he just got the womp, 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 womp. So he feeling good now that he got the womp, 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 womp. He thinking that they in a relationship and he could trust this female. So she introduces him to her cousin, who turns out to be an FBI agent. They bust him and they take the credit from that, being that she don't have a case. They take the credit from that and they move it over to whoever this brother Troy chooses to put it on. Now, he told Richard Pena that he'll give him that Richard Pena should give him 300,000 and he could get him out of jail. 300,000 is nothing at that time because this is like 2001. 300,000, I piss away 300,000. I wipe my with 300,000. That was back 2001. I just got locked up 93, so it was still strong. So now, he said give him 300,000, he could get him out of jail. So Richard said, how you gonna do that? He said, man, I'm gonna get you out because I'm gonna get my dark angels to go set somebody up. All I gotta do is get with the feds, find out who they want in what state, and then I give them your name. I make a deal with them, and after I make a deal with them, you get the credit, da 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 da, and that's the way that goes. You understand? And Richard couldn't see him because we was locked in the bars while he's talking through the bars and everybody's listening. So Richard Pena said, look, I'd rather die in prison before I bring another man into the misery that I'm living, and I've been in this whole 18 months. Richard Pena said, man, never will I allow anyone to tell on anyone to bring anyone into this environment. I'm going to stay, do my time, and fight my case like I've been doing. Richard Pena gets a round of applause for that. Relax, relax, relax. Now, that's how serious this game is when you out here. Under no circumstances you don't tell. Now, under no circumstances do you put a bone on somebody without paperwork. I don't care about 5 witnesses, 10 witnesses, 15 witnesses. Show me the paperwork. As far as my case, they say, how did you go home? How'd you get home? Like I said, that's why I'm doing this video for Big Meech, because my attorney got him home. And my brother that's down with that attorney, that stand on man time, that was Wolf's right hand, that was family. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand, you know? Put Brittany on him to get Meech home. That's the him I'm talking about for you rat bastards that want to look at something to criticize. Now, like I said, here's my paperwork right here, So you can see everything. All this they saying, and that's why I'm not even going to even pick sides or even want to hear all of that. I'm just going to let, I might watch some of the videos on YouTube. But all that they're saying is they got a thing called PACER for the feds, right? So y'all could look this up, you podcasters that's into the gossip, because I'm not into the gossip. So I just let it play out, find out what it is, and once I know who a person is, I know how and if I choose to deal with that person. Once they're identified as who they are. If they're identified as a man on man time, I know how to deal with him. If he identified as a rat, I know how to deal with him. If he identifies as a rat, but he's trying to deny that he's a rat, then he becomes a different category of rats, which is a rat bastard. And those are the ones I don't deal with. If you rat it, stand on it. You went to trial, stand on it. Because when them people came in, it was just you and them. We wasn't in there. From how you walked out of there, that's how we know, how you handle it as a man. Because no man wants another man to tell on him. So there's no reason for a man to tell on another man. I had a chance, that's right. But a lot of y'all might be new and don't even know my little history. Right? My brother was dead. They wanted to know how we was able to smuggle so much cocaine from up in New York down to the South so bad that they offered me immunity if I put it all on my brother so they could get a second conviction. So that means that my mother will have two sons that was indicted and convicted of being a federal kingpin. I didn't want to give my mother that burden, and I had to stand on the code of the street that I chose to walk on. I chose the path that I walked. And in that path, even though my brother is dead, I will never put anything on his name that'll get him wrapped up in the penal system. So I wouldn't even tell on my dead brother for my freedom. I fought it out. It took 26 years before Allah felt that I repented enough and he brought me out here to society. And that's just how I live. And under that code that I live on, this is dear to me. You got a good brother, as far as we know. Big Meech just came home. And people is making videos from accusations. That don't happen. Let the process play out. Him and his co-defendant have an issue. Let him and his co-defendant deal with that, or his co-defendants and him deal with that. As far as getting into the mechanics of what happened, because there's three sides to every story. Your side, his side, and then the truth. And it depends who you tell to see which one feels it's the truth or his side. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You can't get jewels like this, man. Nowhere else could you get jewels like this. Remember that. Because you had a gangster channel. And we like to bust our gun. Somebody say, oh, you're supposed to be reformed. Why you busting your gun? Because if a scumbag come around, I got a right to stand my ground. See, those are the laws. Don't break them. Because you don't want to be put in a situation to become a rat bastard. I might stay home and do a few videos today. I ain't really been riding. I just wanted to give you all this to let you know, man. Yo, Big Meech just came home. Welcome home, Big Meech. You know, I haven't seen any paperwork on you. You're a stand-up man in my eyes until we know further. But right now, we should dead all this, that he's a rat until the paperwork is there. Whatever discrepancy that him and his comrade is having, let them two brothers work that out. Let them two brothers work that out, and then we'll know how they worked it out, because then the truth will come out. Because they can't lie to each other, not when it's just each other there. You know, with 100,000 people looking, anything could be said. But let them brothers work it out behind closed doors, and that's how I'm going to say that, right? Respect the move. All right? Now, cop the Book of Raw in Harlem. If you're already subscribed, subscribe. And hit the notification bell if you're not subscribed. But if you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the